Hi, Elizabeth. We'll go through these together. The first one was take this formula b equals 10 minus a and solve for a. Okay, so we have b equals 10 minus a. Our goal is to isolate a on one side of the parentheses. You can do this one of two ways. The first way I'll show you is subtract 10 each side. You get b minus 10 equals negative a. And now then the second thing you need to do is get rid of the negative 1, but you need to divide both sides by negative 1. And that's probably maybe what's confusing you. Dividing by negative 1, you got to divide this by negative 1 and this by negative 1. The other way you can think about it is multiplying both sides by negative 1. And now the reason for that is if you multiply both sides by negative 1, this negative 1 has to be distributed through. So you have to multiply the b and the negative 10 by negative 1. So what's going to happen there is you end up with minus b plus 10 equals a. Okay? Now I'm going to show you a different way that might make it a little bit easier. Is if at the beginning you go ahead and move a over by adding a each side, you can make it positive. So in that case you end up on the left hand side with a plus b equal 10. And for your next step you want to subtract the b because your goal is to isolate a. So then I end up with a 10 minus b. Notice that these are the same answers. Okay, I did write them in different order, but negative b, positive 10 equals a. So that's the first one. The second one, 14 is 30% of what number? I think this is just a fraction issue. We got 14 is equals 30% is 0.30 of what number is x. So all we're going to do is divide both sides by 0.30. Okay, and I get the fraction 2, 46 point, I did it in, over here, 46.67. Okay, equals x. But now you're worried about the decimal. One thing you can do is you can represent any decimal as a fraction by putting this over, in this case we'd put 30 over 100. We could also put 3 over 10 for that matter. Okay. And the reason for doing that is I moved this decimal 2 places. 30 over 100 is the fraction representation of 0.30. And now to get rid of this, I'd multiply each side by 100, divide by 30. Okay, so I'd end up with 1400 over 30. The zeros would cancel, so 140, which isn't divisible by 3, over 3 equals x. And sure enough, that would be 46 1/3 if you want to do the mixed number. So you can take 140 divided by 3. You would get 4, 12, 20. You would go 6, 18. I'm sorry, 18, 2, and 2/3. Remember, when you have a remainder, this would be a remainder. We can stick it over this number to get the fraction part. I hope this helps. I'll try to go through these in class as well, but that should get you started.